Kiss Britannia.
That's the fucking. What's wrong with you, bro?
She snogged him. It's so annoying, bro. You do this all the time, bro.
Like, relax. Like,
wait,
shut the fuck up.
you
Shut the fuck up, you fucking prick.
What do you mean, man?
You all do this all the time, bro. You're trying fucking shit, sir.
Don't speak.
I think Tom and Harris need to go home. I think Tom needs to go home because of the way he's speaking to the ladies. I remember in the previous episode, before he coupled up with Olivia, he had to sort of lift up a sign because she told him she was a ring girl, and he sort of asked her to illustrate what she normally does when she's at work. And then he's done the same thing with Zara, where he's asked her to take off her shoes so that he can sort of measure his height according to hers. And it's like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? That is not necessary. It's sort of like I don't know. It comes across as a bit creepy. And then Harris, I didn't like the way he was stirring the pot. I think it was also unnecessary, and I think he needs to go home because he's not in a coupling with anyone, and none of the girls seem interested in him, and he doesn't seem interested in any of the girls. So I think he needs to go home. But hey, it is what it is. Hey there, it's Valerie again. Welcome back. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island, season 9, episode 4. Okay, so bombshells are in the villa, and so it's time to get ready for the night. They sort of have, I think it was speed dating set up by the producers because of how people kept going to interrupt the other person during their conversation. At least they should have given each other an opportunity to talk. I don't know why it was necessary for it to be that sort of speed date type. It seemed as though someone was somewhere with a stopwatch and they would say, next, move on. Because you'd find, for example, while Ron and Tanya were having a conversation, Zara immediately stepped up. And then while the girls were having a conversation, David came and pulled Tennille. And it's just like, there's no need for it to be that fast paced. You said recoupling is not until the end of the week. So why are we rushing where we're rushing off to? So I think I know David said he was open to getting to know all the girls, but I think he needs to learn to read the room. Tamil, I don't think is interested in him. I think she was just entertaining him just because he approached her because he kept asking her, are you willing to get to know me? And she said, well, I want to get to know everyone. And he was like, no, I mean me per se. And she kept going, I want to get to know everyone, which for me tells me that I don't think Tanil is any interested in anyone else but Kai. And I think it would take another bombshell coming in who meets her sort of checklist for her to sort of get to know the person. I think she's just there just to wait on Kai to make up his mind. And I think she's now decided to bring Ron into her equation with Kai because she's realized that all the girls are chasing Kai, and if she's not careful, she's going to be left out in the cold. And I think this is why she started entertaining Ron because though she's entertaining Ron, the problem is Ron also has Lana and Zara. And so that's another love triangle. I don't know why she keeps putting herself in these situations. And then Ron, on his part, had a conversation with Lana and told her, I'm still interested in you, but I want to get to know Zara. And it's like, make it make sense. Choose one of the girls and stick to them. I think the reason why he's sort of trying to play both girls is because he knows the girls are the ones that are in charge of the recoupling and is worried that if he doesn't sort of keep his options open, if Lana decides to pick somebody else, then he might be going home because there will be no one else to pick him. And I don't know how that's going to work out now that Tanil has also started entertaining him. And Tanil, so with Kai now has Tanil, Anime, and Zara has also expressed interest in him. Olivia, on her part, I think is no longer interested in Kai. I think because she knows that Kai is not interested in her. Um, Zara had a conversation with Kai and was telling Kai, "Oh, you meet my checklist. Um, you're someone I would date in the real world." Anime was also telling Kai the same thing. They seem to. I think, if nothing else, I think the person that Kai actually likes is Anime. I think the only reason he stepped up for Tennille was because he didn't want to be in a coupling with Olivia. That's just the impression that I get. Um, but then the surprising thing was Tennille then pulled Kai and sort of said to him, it's not that you did anything wrong, but I wasn't happy to see you chatting with Anna May. And it's like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. You actually got him after Anime. Anime was the first person to choose him. Then Olivia stole him from Anime, and you stole him from Olivia. So you have no possession of him. the three of you are just waiting for him to make up his mind of who he wants to pick. And then Anime had a conversation with Harris, and they agreed that they were better off as friends. Anime told said she wasn't attracted to Harris, and I think this is what sort of set Harris off, and this is why he sort of decided to be a pot stirrer. I don't think it was necessary for him to go about saying whatever he was saying with the girls. Um, and it was nice to see Will try to see if he could create a connection with Zara. Zara at least entertained him and didn't they appeared more like friends than a romantic coupling. I don't think Zara will be interested in Will. It was nice to see them do their little catwalk thing, and it's just like, oh, okay. And then they spoke about Will's farm and all that. And she was honest that, when I hear that you're a farmer, I just think you're boring, but it's nice to see that you have a personality and stuff. And so I don't know where that relationship is going. The Islanders then went off to bed, and I'm surprised that Harris and uh, Shaquille fell out because they seem to be in very good books. And it's also interesting that David keeps pursuing Tanya, even though he knows that Tanya is in a coupling with Shaquille. I know he's trying to create a connection. The fact that he went and they pulled her while she was sitting with Shaquille, I don't know whether the producers are the ones that pushed him to say you need to go and sort of break them up and whatever. That wasn't necessary. And so the conversations continued. The Islanders go to bed, and then the following night they had this beer pong game, and I knew it was messy. I knew it was bound to be messy. I think the producers thought these people are getting too comfortable. Let us find a way to get things to stir the pot, and they really did because some of the questions that they were getting people to read were unnecessary. And also, I wasn't surprised when it was Tanya's turn to kiss. When it said kiss someone, she immediately went for Kai, and it's like, why? Why do you need to go for Kai? You already have David and you already have Shaquille fighting for you. Why not try and entertain those first and see how it goes? There's no need of you going after Kai because Kai has already got three, four ladies chasing him. Why would you want to add yourself to that equation? I don't know whether she did that because she felt if she kissed either David or Shaquille, then it would just make things messy. And she thought, let me go to a neutral party, which is Kai. And then David got picked up apart and was asked to kiss a girl that he likes for 30 seconds. And Tanya said, oh, 20 minutes in, I knew it wasn't it. So they do get along personality wise, but I think there's no sexual attraction. And I don't know how that's going to be addressed because um, I think David thinks he's making a great impression, but I think Tanya is just using him and putting him on the back burner just in case she needs him. But you could also tell that Shaquille was a bit sort of unhappy with the fact that um, Tanya was kissing David for 30 minutes. I don't know how that will go. I don't know how that will go. And then Tanil is stirring the pot. She's really trying to make Kai jealous. And the problem is, if Kai was not having other ladies chasing, it would make sense. So it would make sense for Tanya to make Shaquille jealous because Shaquille only seems to be focused on Tanya, whereas Kai has three, four people coming after him. So the fact that Tanil is trying to sort of make him jealous by flirting with Ron and trying to make out with Ron. Even during the game, she kissed him. She was asked to kiss someone in three places, and she went and she kissed Ron. It's like it would make sense if you're making someone jealous who's really worried about that. But if you're making someone jealous who's really not that concerned, then it doesn't make sense. And also, Zara was asked to kiss someone who she felt was two faced, and she went and she sort of kissed Olivia, and her explanation made sense. She said, the reason why she did that is because she felt Olivia was the least likely to get offended, and I wish she had immediately explained it to Olivia as to why she did it, because as soon as she said that, Olivia had a backup, and then they split them up. So Zara went to Tanya, and then Olivia went to the other girls, and Olivia was now complaining to the other girls, "Oh, she wanted to rub me up the wrong way. She wanted me to make," and it now seemed as though they were both fighting over Tom, and it's like, no. Why is everyone in a love triangle, love square? Because Zara has got Ron chasing her. She's got Tom chasing her. She's got Kai as well, who seems interested in her, and everybody, I think bar Will, doesn't Will and Harris, I think, are the only two people in there who are not in some sort of love square, love triangle. And it doesn't make sense for me. And then after the game, the girls were talking, the guys were talking, and then Harris obviously made this comment about the kiss. And it's like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? You can see someone is really interested. You can see Shaquille is really interested in Tanya, and he's trying his best to be cordial and trying not to make waves, and for you to ask someone that how was the case, how did you feel about the case, that's not necessary. At least you should have taken him aside and have that conversation, not having a conversation around everybody else when you know Shaq is there, and Shaq is already not happy with the fact that Tanya and David kissed. I didn't think that was necessary. I It's too toxic. This episode was too toxic, and I really hope they're not going to keep bringing up all this unnecessary drama. It would have been nice just seeing them, have conversations, just talk, get to know one another, and then whatever happens, happens. But it's too many love triangles, too many love squares. You have no idea who's with who, and I don't know. We'll see what happens at the recoupling. I think they want to confuse people with who is going to recouple with who at the first recouple, but hey, it is what it is. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.